Hi, my name is Marco. Today for my UnEssay, I will be showing you how to do a brake job on a 2015 Hyundai Elantra. I enjoy working on cars because it helps me clear my mind and allows me to improve my skills and learn new ways. These are the basic tools you're gonna need to do your brake job, a brake job on your own. First of all, you're gonna need a 3-ton hydraulic jack, preferably a 3-ton. 2 jack stands to support your vehicle, preferably 3-ton. An impact driver to take your wheels off, impact socket set in order to take either your rotors off or your wheels, 3/8 socket set for your calipers, a caliper tool, and a ratchet. Also, these are 2 extra tools you might want to use. It's just a long screwdriver, and the long screwdriver substitutes the brake caliper tool, and the 3/8 impact driver substitutes the ratchet. This is the parts we'll be changing today. This is the front brake pad set from O'Reilly's. These are import directs. These are the medium range brake pads. They're not the cheapest, but they're like in the middle. These are pretty reliable. They actually don't squeak, and they create less brake dust. In brake pads, this is your wear indicator. Some brake pads are electronic, and they might have a cable which connects and it tells your car your brake pad life. In order to do your brake job most safely, I recommend you use clothes you don't really care about. Some good eye protection, because there's probably a lot of dust gonna be coming off, and then preferably shoes, but since I feel confident, I'm just gonna use my Crocs. So yeah. Before you start jacking up your car, you're gonna want to make sure your car's in park and your e-brakes all the way up, or if you have the foot one, push it all the way down. Also chalk your rear wheels. Since we're only doing the front, you're gonna have to chalk your rear wheels, or if you're just doing the rear, you chalk the front wheels. In this Elantra, I'll be doing both at the same time. You might want to refer to your owner's manual in order to jack up your car, or if you don't have your manual, you can look under, and usually the safest points to jack up your car have 2 grooves, or you can jack up your car from the frame itself, which is still safe, and you're always going to need to put a jack stand once you've lifted your car. I set my jack stands on the frame itself. I jacked it up from here. These are the points, and you place your jack stand over there. Make sure it's solid and it doesn't crumble before you let it go all the way down. This Elantra uses a 21mm for the lug nuts. Most Japanese cars will always use metric system, and American cars or domestic cars will always use the inch system. I'm going to start by taking the wheel off. Once you're taking your lug nuts off, move your wheel, and just as an extra safety method, slide it under your car. In case you don't have a brake caliper tool to compress your caliper, a good substitute would be a long screwdriver or crowbar, which you can put or place in between your brake pad and your rotor, and just push towards the rotor or towards the inside of the car. This car, for the brake caliper guide pins, which are right here, you're gonna need a 14mm in order to remove it and to remove the brake pads. You could use a ratchet. I'm gonna use an impact because I have this, and it's just way quicker and easier. So next, you would take your caliper. Make sure this hose doesn't get pinched anywhere, or you pull it too much, because this is where the brake fluid is stored. You're gonna want to either hang this or place it somewhere where it's not really gonna move much. And these will be your brake pads. These aren't really worn, but they started squeaking, so I had to replace them. Your brake pads will just be able to slide off. I mean, you might need to use a screwdriver if they're really good in there. Let's see. Once you remove these are just clips, and in case you want to replace your whole rotor, you're gonna need to take these off, and these 2 rear ones over here, and this will remove this whole bracket right here, and you'll be able to take your rotor off. But in this case, I'm just replacing the brake pads, not the whole rotor. These are the clips. These are guided clips. These don't really need to be replaced, but since the parts come with new ones, you might as well just do it. Once you put your clips in, which, I mean, they're fairly easy to put in. If your brake pad, once you put your brake pad, you put the bottom first, and then you slide in through the top, and it should just go in easily. If it's not going in easily, you might need to sand it down or put some grease on there. Also, another tip I forgot to mention is you can turn your wheel in order for the bolts to be easily exposed, and that could also help you and speed up the process. So next, this is what you would have done if you wouldn't have compressed your caliper with the screwdriver. Is you would have pressed your old screwdriver up against this ring right here, which is a piston, and you would have placed your brake pad right here and then compressed it with this and twisted it in. But since we already did that with the screwdriver, we don't have to go through the hassle of doing that. All we have to do is just pop our brake pad back, our brake caliper back in, secure our bolts like this, and then in some occasions this will spin as you're screwing in your bolt. So you might want to get a combination wrench or just some pliers to hold this in while you tighten this up. Once you double checked that everything is tight, the next step will be to just put your wheel back on. Once you're done putting your wheel back on and lowering your car down, make sure you take your chocks off. You're gonna need to go inside and pump your brakes a couple times. Just press on the brake pedal all the way down and up, and then go on a test drive for about 10 minutes with hard stopping to get your brake pads broken in, and you'll be good.
Make sure you give me a bitching grade. I busted my ass doing this project.
But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.